Hello and assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you to the Amnesty International Edmonton group and all of your attendees at the Right for Rights event. My name is Trent Daley. I am the Vice President of the Alberta Hate Crimes Committee. I'm also a white Muslim settler, part of the Edmonton Muslim community here on Amiskwaci, Waskagan on Treaty 6. I do some work with regards to hate crimes and Islamophobia. I also work for a local not-for-profit called the Islamic Family Social Services Association. And I'm here to talk to you about my experience with protests. Having been a recent grad at the University of Alberta, for me, my university career started prior to 2015 with the NDP government coming on board. So for me, some protests and student actions because of tuition, because of what was going on at the time, that was part of my early experience. But what was most significant for me was a little bit later. It was in 2018. In 2018, it was the Great March of Return protests happening around the world, including in Edmonton for the Palestinian community. And for me, to attend and to be there in solidarity with the Palestinian community was incredibly important. I went with my partner, and we were there to support a very incredible and important human rights event. And at the time, it was prior to the political consciousness and public change that occurred recently in 2021, 2022. Before, it was certainly not popular to stand up in solidarity with Palestine. It would get you blacklisted from political organizations and spaces. And that does continue to this day, but certainly back then in 2018, it was a lot more significant. So that's why in that particular protest, it was very notable that there were some NDP MLAs too that had attended in support. And for me, that was very groundbreaking, and hearing the stories that happened that day and participating in the march, it was very, very informative and very important for me, especially as part of the Edmonton Muslim community, to support that and to really motivate me to continue my education on the matter of Palestine and to really understand what the people of Palestine need in terms of support. So for me, that was a very significant protest, and I think it really sparks the fire as you connect your own individual reasons for protest. Usually it might be something that draws you in because it affects you or your community personally, or perhaps it's empathy towards communities that are not your own, that draw you to protest, that draw you to speak up in solidarity with others. But at the end of the day, those reasons are yours and yours alone. But if we can move the needle forward, if we can advocate and uplift communities, especially here on Treaty 6 with a long history of harm to Black, Indigenous, and racialized persons, then we can really use what privileges we do hold to draw attention to these issues, to write for people's rights, to advocate on levels that really require a community to uplift and to support very important causes. So thank you all, and I wish you the best in your campaign. Thank you for having me, and peace be upon all of you. Thank you.